Hello, hello. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. Salute to you. Good morning. Happy Monday to you.
Yes, yes. How's it going? Yeah, I had to end the live because it was getting too long. But yes, we're back on this heifer here. Her name is Haley. So
Hmm.
yeah, Armando got something to tell y'all. He gonna go in on this one. Yeah. Go ahead. Let her have
Well,
it.
not so much on her, but on her and the parents as well. Now,
Mm-hmm.
this, let me just say this, and I just want to piggyback off of what Kat said earlier when she was up on the panel. Shout out to Kat. She broke it down from
Mm-hmm.
and gave a point of view of what happens a lot in our community, in the
Yes.
black community. And it goes unnoticed, number one, and it goes unreported, and it's also swept under the rug. Okay, what we have here from reading about this case right here, what we have here is a sick, sad, pathetic father that chose not to protect his own son based on the fact that he was a loser when he was in school. He was a loser in high school. He probably was some nerd that didn't get any attention from the girls and would only dream of not only getting attention from girls, but getting it. Basically, you have a situation where you have a father living his life vicariously through his son. That's basically what it was. And that's why he gave the okay, the green light. He pretty much gave his blessing for his son to get, you know, peddled by this woman. All right. Now, in his eyes, in the father's sick, pathetic eyes, to him, it was his son having sex and smashing an older woman. Oh, it's exciting. Oh, I wish I had that opportunity. Oh, I wish I could have, been so lucky. And then on top of that, it is what it is. A woman is attractive. Okay, the woman is attractive. Speaking from a male point of view, the woman is attractive. Okay, we can't take that away from her. So you add all of that in, and I think that is why the father pretty much was like giving his blessing to his son, and basically gaslighting him into you know into thinking that it was okay to have sexual relations with a woman that was damn near almost twice his age. you know it doesn't make it right. It don't make it right at all. And uh and another thing, there are a lot of black men walking around here bragging, telling war stories about how they smashed older women when they were teenagers. Yeah, I smashed my school teacher. Yeah, I smashed the chick, the lady lived across the street. I smashed one of my parents, one of my mom's best friend. I smashed one of my dad's female classmates. And all what happened was you got molested. You got molested, but you're wearing it with a badge of honor. That's the sickness in our society. It's one standard for a female, and it's another standard for a male. I'll give you an example. When I was in high school, there was rumors that one of the male teachers was having a relationship with a senior female. She was a senior now on the tennis team. Okay, when it got out, they suspended him. They suspended him. Even couldn't do anything legally to him because the girl had turned 18 at
Mm-hmm.
the time they started, messing around. But the fact there was a moral clause in his contract, the fact that he was a married man, uh, and then you're not supposed to be frolicking with the students as a member of the faculty. They suspended him. Okay, now same scenario. Got a female. Okay, she's the head basketball coach of the girls team. All right, the star player of our boys team, they were messing around. Rumors was all over the school. Everybody knew it. They sat together in the cafeteria. All the other faculty members were sitting with each other or eating in the teacher's lounge. She would come, she was so bold. She would come out in the cafeteria, sit down and eat with our star basketball player. They would have a table to themselves. And he was a senior also. Sometimes, when you're a senior, you can go out. You can go out to the nearest Pizza Hut, or you could go to a buffet spot that's close by the school. As long as you're back on campus by the time the bell rings. As long as you're sitting in class by the time the bell rings, you can go have lunch off campus if you're a senior. So she was giving them rides home from the games. The game would end like around 9:30. We would see him and her leaving together, driving off in the car. Nobody said a damn thing about it. The woman never got suspended. During halftime of the game, he would come out of the dressing room early, and they would be right there at courtside talking, like engaged. It ain't no business like coach to player advice. No, it was like a girlfriend talking to a boyfriend type of conversation. She would, touch on, give them hugs and kiss on the cheeks and stuff like that in front of everybody. And nobody said anything about it. Nobody said anything about it. And this woman was like in her early 30s, and our star basketball player had just turned 18.
Wow.
But if that would have been a male coach doing that with an 18-year-old, 17, 18-year-old girl, it don't matter. Man, everybody would have been in the uproar. The tennis coach, he got suspended. He got raked through the coals in the community because we was in a small town. They threw him completely under the bus. They even in the local paper, they even mentioned it in the local paper. But this woman, this female coach that was in her 30s, messing around with a teenager. That's cute. They make a cute couple. She's the basketball coach and he's the star player. Oh, that's cute. And then the students were, we were happy. I myself included, because I was young and dumb at the time. I was high-fiving the dude. He was like, I'm like, dang, bro, you pulled that, you smashing that. But see, I didn't know no better at the time, because I was a kid myself. But that's how a lot of women that were school teachers and coaches got away with being pedos. They're walking around and they're not feeling any shame or any guilt, because in the eyes of society, that is somewhat accepted in our community. If the woman is attractive, and the 17, 18-year-old in high school has some kind of clout where he's playing sports, because that's who they target. These female teachers, the husband ain't doing it right at home. He ain't giving them no attention. He ain't putting it down in the bedroom. They're spending more time on their job, especially because if you're coaching, you're also teaching. You're teaching the class.
Right.
At least that's how it was back then. So you're teaching the class, and then when school is out, you're in practice, you're coaching. So the female coaches, they target the male jocks. 9 times out of 10, he's going to be a junior or a senior and a star player on the football or the basketball or the baseball team. There was a movie that they talked about this. It was on the LMN channel, The Dirty Teacher. Everybody knew something was going on. He was the star baseball player. But they only intervened. The law only intervened when the teacher got jealous and tried to unalive the girlfriend. So, yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
And salute the cat for pointing that out, because it gets swept under the rug a lot in our community. And a lot of men, a lot of black men walk around till this day. They in their 40s and their 50s. They wearing it with a badge of honor. They go to cookouts, they get in barbershops, and they get the bribe to be listening I'm sitting there listening about, I'm like, these dudes don't realize they ain't here bragging about when they was 17, 16, 17 years old. They're talking about they smashed a woman in the neighborhood that was like 20s and they 30s. No, bruh, you got molested. You got molested. That ain't nothing to brag about.
Exactly.
And that right there.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead, man. I want to finish. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro.
And that right there is how a lot of rapists. That's how a lot of rapists are created. Like dudes that go on groom young women because it happened to them.
Right. I agree.
R. Kelly, P.Diddy. I'll give you one we all know. That Passion dude. A woman in the neighborhood that was real good friends with his mom was messing around with him. And the people in the neighborhood, people in his family, they thought it was cute. Oh, he's smashing one of mama friends. Oh, they thought it was cute. But little did they know, they really used their common sense. No, dude got molested. And it carries on. And then when they grow up and become grown men, they go and do it to the girls, and then that's a problem.
Right.
That's a problem. It becomes a serious problem. So I just want to point that out. Go ahead, Sniper.
Let me ask you a couple of pushback questions. When you 17, 18, and you are consenting, how is that being molestation?
Well, 17 just became an adult. It didn't used to be adults.
Let me get this, you knew. Let me get it.
Go ahead.
Okay, so here's what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the perfect example of what I'm talking about. That goes on in our community. Double standard. Because you would never ask that question if it was a 17-year-old girl. You would be upset. If a 30-year-old grown man was messing around with us, I don't give a damn if it was consensual. It don't make it right. It don't make it right. You're taking away that child's innocence. 18 by age, but you know darn well, boys, you ain't no real man until you well into your 20s mentally. When you 18, you are still a boy. You're still a boy. Now, yeah, you old enough to go vote. You old enough to go in the military and fight for your country. But you are still, mentally, you are still a boy. You still thinking on a child's level, on a boy's level. You still doing kid childish things as you were doing when you were 16. The only difference is you were 2 years older.
4 years younger than your actual age. And girls are 4 years older than their age.
Exactly. But I'm hearing, I remember back in the days where, you know, like 16, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old boys, like, that was stars on the you know, on the football team, baseball team, basketball team, was smashing grown women. They didn't necessarily have to be teachers. They could be grown women at the church. Because you remember, these athletes get honored at the church too. So if a woman that's in her 30s that ain't got no man, that ain't got no man of her own, they'll target. They will target those jobs, those high school jobs.
I agree. I remember seeing on LMN, like you said, on Lifetime, they ended up having this one teacher who was like, how do you say this? Let me see. Insecure with herself, and she was talking to herself. She was fighting with herself in the mirror, and it was telling her things, and she was just doing things. So she ended up having a kid from school. She ended up getting with him, and he ended up having, he had a girlfriend, and she unalived that boy. So the girlfriend ended up finding, investigating it, I guess you could say, and figuring it out. And then it came out that she did unalive the boy, which was the guy, because he was no longer interested in her. So she lost her mind when he said something disrespectful to her, like, oh, you too old kind of attitude. And boom, she done went crazy. So that is real. It does happen. It does.
Or they'll go after his girlfriend.
The girlfriend.
Like,
right.
Okay, say like and it could be a substitute teacher or a teacher that's filling in for the teacher that got pregnant and had to go on the maternity leave.
Yeah, substitute
okay,
teaching.
So yeah, substitute teacher. So she's there. The dude, the jock is there, but he already has an established relationship with his girlfriend. So that substitute teacher try to come in. She feel like, okay, I'm a grown woman and this little girl ain't no competition for me.
Right.
I can knock her on out the block and steal her man. That's that mentality right there.
Right. That's
and
true.
they're bold with it. They're bold with it because they know 9 times out of 10 it will go. People will let it slide because she's a female, and on top of that, she's an attractive female. So the principal, 9 times out of 10, if the principal is a man, he's probably like in his 40s or 50s. He ain't even paying attention to what's going on. Yeah. He don't really know. All he sees is a teacher that's taking interest, in a student, or probably trying to help them pass a course or whatever.
Yeah, well, I mean, don't forget, they did have students out looking, outside the doors while she's doing her thing at school with this 16-year-old student, and she's 26 years old. She has 10 years on him.
Yeah, she was being stupid. Now, the ones that I was referring to, and there were multiple situations that happened back in my hometown, because it happened regularly a lot back in our era. A lot of people may not want to admit it, but it happened a lot back in our era. But they weren't reckless with it like this woman. This woman was just reckless with it. They would invite the kid over to their house, or they would meet up at a hotel or meet up at a park or somewhere like that. They wouldn't be bold enough to do it in no dang freaking classroom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't be bold enough to do it in no darn parking lot.
And now, she also went to his house. She went to his house as well at the end, like right before she was going on vacation. She went to go visit him before she went on vacation. I guess that's when they ended up telling on her tale.
Now I've heard it going down in the auditorium. When the auditorium, when nobody ain't in the auditorium, it's dark in there. It's pitch black dark in the auditorium, because if you remember how the school auditoriums were made, there were no windows.
Right.
There were no windows, so
it was like a movie theater.
It's like a theater. Ours was like a big movie theater. Thank you. Yes, exactly. So when you cut the lights off, it's pitch black dark in there. So the theater, the gym, because it was like our gym. I don't know about everybody else's gym, but our gym had like 4 or 5 different parts to it. You had the film room, you had the workout room, you had so many different parts to it. It was almost made like a maze. So you could secretly sneak a woman in the gym and smash. Because I remember some of my teammates sneak their girlfriend in and smash during lunch breaks and stuff like that. So it could be done in the gym, in the auditorium, and in the baseball dugout. But in the classroom, in a crowded parking lot, that woman was just bold and reckless.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
I just wanted to introduce you to Lincoln. Lincoln.
Hey, I'm here.
Hey, okay, so this is Armando.
Hello
He
to
was
you,
shouting
lady.
you out. Yep. Go ahead. You guys can
Hello.
talk.
Yeah, she was cat. It was cat earlier.
Cat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
shout out to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you made some great points. She hit it on the nail, and I'm telling you, man, more and more people need to be honest and speak on it. Like the way she broke it down like, and it's real. It is real. It's a
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
lot of
it's real.
dudes
Mm-hmm.
in their 40s, 50s walking around bragging on that crap, and little do they know they
Right.
got freaking molested. You
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
got molested. You under 18 and,
Got
and
molested.
you had sex with a woman in her 20s and your 30s, bro. You got molested. You got
Yeah.
molested.
Yep.
It goes on a lot. I mean, and the story that I said about the 8-year-old, it was my kid's father, and
Mm-hmm.
he said the lady when he would go, she would send for him to go to the store, and his mama would, she's an older lady, and what she would do, she would give him like $1 or two to buy him some candy or something. And when he would get back or whatever, she would ask him to do that. And she would give him more money. So he thought that was kind of normal. And she, from what he told me, she never told him not to say anything. He said he just didn't say anything. But she was actually an older woman. Just she was like say like 8 years old, between 8 and 10, something like that. And I'm like, do you realize that she molested you? Cause this is how he said it. My first piece of blank, I was between 8 and 10, and I said, what? I said, what you said? And he said, that's when I got my first piece of. And he had like a little smile on his face. So I wanted to know the backstory. And after that, um, we actually wasn't together, but we still would talk. And we have two sons together, so we was just talking and stuff. And he was concerned about my son not having a girlfriend. So he was gonna get some. I said, I'll do you something dirty, because he thinking that's supposed to be done. If they not in a relationship, if they don't have no girlfriend, oh well, I'm gonna help him out. No, he don't want a girlfriend. Let him continue being a child. And if I find out that you did something like that, or you trying to do, I will report you to the authorities. And you better pray that they get to you before I do. That's the mentality they have to get they boys. Boosie. Boosie said that he got some prostitutes to go down on his son. They doing this. This is the normal in our community, and that's not right. That's not right. And this is why we have these men that's going after these little girls, because guess what? It happened to them when they are little boys, because it happened to them when they were small. So they thinking that's normal. And
Yep.
then it depends on some people, the pedals, some of them, they don't break out of it. Their mind stay there at the age where it happened to them. So that's why
Fact.
they attracted to young girls. You can't get that
Hmm.
out of their head, because that happened to them at that age. Some of them don't break; they don't go no further than that. So that pedophile, their mindset sexually is for a 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 8-year-old child. And you know what? It's not against the law to be one. They can tell you, I'm a pedophile. Long as they don't act on it, they could be
Yep.
amongst us. Long as they don't act on it, they can come out and say, I'm a pedophile. Nothing we
Mm.
can do about it.
That
Nothing
damn
we
thing
can
you
do
do about
about it.
it. Mm-mm.
Nothing we can do about it. Nothing.
Mm.
I'm gonna tell you something else
Nothing.
too. You got to be careful with this also. Like, and I say this to a lot of fellows that, like, if you out with your daughters or whatever, and you know y'all like walking through the neighborhood or something like that, or walking through the subdivision, and neighbor say something like, "Wow, my, she's grown, or my, she's,"
She got
but
big. She
over
got big.
complimenting. Yeah, you got to watch that,
It's
Yeah.
with
big. Yes,
family
sir.
members. Yeah, with the
Yes,
family
sir.
members. Yeah,
Yes,
because you
sir.
got weirdos.
They
It's
say she
weirdos
getting
in the
big.
family too. Yeah.
Yep, that's how they say it. She getting big. Whoa, ain't so little Bree since she was 7 years old. Girl, she getting big. There it go right then and there. Your child they just tried to hit on your child. They letting you know I'm
They
looking
letting
at
you
her
know.
in a
They
different way.
watching your
They
child.
letting you know.
They letting you
Yes,
know. Mm-hmm.
yes, yes. It goes on a lot in our community.
Mm-hmm.
My childhood, um, I wasn't shaped like the normal 12-year-old. I was shaped like a woman. Well, I'm gonna say it started at 10 because I started developing at 10, and I wasn't. These grown men knew I was 10 years old, and you know what they would say? You a brick house. I'm 10 years
Oh,
old.
Lord.
I'm 10 years old. You a brick house.
You should have
Mm-hmm.
threw a brick at them.
You a brick house. My daddy
Mm-hmm.
dealt with that. And this guy was
Mm-hmm.
25 years old. You a brick house. What he would do when he would be washing his truck, he would play the song. I was smart enough to know what that meant.
Mm-hmm.
I knew what that meant. So I told my daddy about it. I didn't tell my mom. I went straight to my dad. I told my daddy about it. And he bricked his house. But that's what they'll say. That's what they'll say. They getting big. Oh, you getting big. I cursed one of my
Mm-hmm.
little cousins out because he hadn't seen my daughter in about 2-3 years. She was locked up. And my daughter come outside and he's like, whoa, y'all getting big. She got big. I said, get off my porch. Don't never come to my house again. And I told my daughter, I
Mm-hmm.
said, don't you ever, if you see him on the road, let me know. Don't tell him nothing. Nothing. And she said, well, mama, I did get tall. I said, he's not talking about that, my baby. He's not talking about that. So come on up in here. Let me talk to you. Talking about your body. He's talking about your body. He's not talking about your height. He's talking about
Mm-mm.
your body.
Mm-hmm.
It could be family. It could be cousins, uncles. I
Mm-hmm.
don't care. I watch them all. My brothers, baby, if I would leave my children with my brother, when I come, hey, did he touch you right here, right there, right here, right here? It got to the point that they was like, well, you know what? You go ahead and keep your own children. Well, it's okay. That's okay too. You have to ask those type of questions if you are forced to leave them with somebody. But hey, it's going on. It's going on, and it's so
Mm-hmm.
overlooked. It's so overlooked. With young girls, my mama told me one time when they would go to church, their mama would drop them off to church, right? Why she didn't stay, I don't know. I don't know why she didn't stay, but I'm not gonna drop my children nowhere and not stay. But she dropped her children off to church. The deacons playing under my mom in them skirts. The deacons.
Mm-mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
It goes on. It goes on a lot. And just like the stuff with Diddy and stuff, that's not gonna stop. They're gonna just find a different way to do it. It's not gonna stop. They might have smaller parties, but it's not gonna stop because that's a big, 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 big money maker. The big money
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
maker.
Yeah.
They
All right.
have those.
So,
They have those type parties here. They have those type parties here, right here in Louisiana. But
And
it
they
be
have them here in the
maybe
A too. They have them here in
yeah.
the A too.
They have those parties. They sell sex toys, the lubricants and all of that. They have all. They have those type of parties, but certain people get invited.
Yeah.
They have
They.
those type of parties. That's why I say it ain't gonna stop. He just was doing it at a bigger level, but it didn't start in the states. It started overseas with those harem parties, with those men with all that money that makes so many hundreds of $1,000s every hour. Those
Mm,
all men. It started with them having flying the women from the United States overseas to where they have all that and they
mm,
have these big old parties, right? They will have these big old parties, and you might have 100 girls from the United States, whatever
Mm-hmm.
kind they want. You may
mm,
have to go in the room. They might have 30 men up in there. You better drop it, top it, and do whatever you got to do with it, because you're not getting up there out of that room until you satisfy those men. Now, when they come back to the States, they have enough to buy them a couple of homes, cars, whatever they want. But they
Mm-hmm.
pull up from the floor up on the inside because they
Mm-hmm.
mm,
wear them out. They
Yep.
wear them out. That's where those parties started at, overseas.
mm.
no, it did not start. It started right here in the United States. I you know what? I'm just gonna listen. And some of the stuff y'all are saying is crazy.
Bro, it's our opinion, man.
I
It's
understand.
it's
But
it's
we
our
always got to
opinion,
push.
and I
We
don't.
always
One
get
thing
pushed
about me,
back
bro,
on. Never mind.
I don't get up here and say stuff. I don't get up here and just say
No,
stuff
the
out the top of my
stories
head.
that
A lot
I
of things
the,
I say from experience, real life experience, bro, and from
right,
research.
right,
I just don't get up here
right.
talking off the cuff.
The stories I told is people that I actually know.
Exactly, bro.
I know these people.
Everything don't have to be no debate. It's a discussion,
I
bro.
know these people.
It's a discussion.
It's just a discussion. I actually know these people. That's why I always give an example because I know these people. I know that it's happening. I know this. But law enforcement don't get into everything down
Mm-mm.
here. I'm in a crooked town. I'm in
Yeah.
a crooked town. So a lot of things go um covered
Mm-mm.
up. Like one time, the chief of police, he had a whole prostitution ring going on, had the hotel and everything. Well, they was had prostituting going on, and he was profiting off of that. But I can understand. I get what you're saying. It does sound crazy, but it's real, sir. It's real, and it's happening.
No, I think he's more of the. I think he's talking about the P Diddy more than anything else because he disagrees with what
Oh,
I said.
oh, 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 oh.
Yeah,
Well,
Oh,
when
nothing
she
okay.
about
was
what you
when
said.
you no boy, I understood exactly what she was saying. She was saying
Yeah.
that those type of parties originated over in Europe. If you know your history, you know those types of
Yeah.
parties, those type of incidents originated over there. And it was brought
Mm,
over here to the West. We know about the Hollywood parties from back in the 70s with Richard Pryor and all of them. We know about all of that, the
yeah.
post when they started protesting the Vietnam wore in Woodstock and all of that, all those wild parties. I mean, we all know about that. I throw another one in, and we could come on to the East Coast in New York. Have you ever heard of Studio 54?
Yeah.
Back in the 70s, do you know what used to go on up in there? I know some people that were up in there. I had conversations with some old heads, some OGs that was able to get up in there, and there was all kinds of stuff that went on all out in the open with Hollywood stars and musicians and stuff.
Yep.
If you know your world history, then you will know it actually did. She's correct. It originated over there in Europe. Those type of wild settings and wild parties on the P.Diddy style. It originated over there. Now, did it just start happening in the 90s with P.Diddy? No. Ain't nobody saying that.
No.
We all know better than that. Hollywood was notorious for having the wild parties back in the 60s and the 70s. Yeah, you can go back in the 50s when the Marilyn Monroe days.
Yeah, that's why they call it Hollyweird instead of Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's been going on. Now, I don't know who he pissed off or what, but they basically kind of throwing him under the bus. That's what I feel. They throwing him. They throwing him under the bus.
He's a fall guy. He's a fall guy.
Yeah.
He ain't the only one involved. It's bigger than him.
No.
I think he's the middle person. He had a person, a man that above that. He's the fall guy. Any type of major operation like that, before they let the entire operation get brought down, they will give up a fall guy.
It would give him up.
Just to please the community and show.
Somebody gotta go.
Somebody gotta. Yeah, we trying to do something about it. Just to hush up the media, to quiet the media a little bit.
They do that with drugs too. They let so much of drugs pass by, and they'll pop they'll pop the college student. They'll pull a college student over, arrest her, take all the drugs from her, and while she's being arrested, other drugs are being passed through. Somebody gotta go. Somebody gotta go.
Yeah.
So I wanted to tell you something. Remember yesterday we had a little short discussion about could there be, look, this is allegedly, as you can see up on my screen, allegedly. They're saying that there was some athletes that are included in this. So this is what they're saying right here.
My name is Damian Williams, and I'm the U.S. Attorney here in the Southern District of New York. Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution. The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs, and that Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair. On one occasion in March of 2016, that conduct was captured on video and later reported in the media. Specifically, Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a victim in a Los Angeles hotel when the victim was attempting to flee. As alleged, these assaults often resulted in injuries to the victims, which took days or weeks to get his way. Those individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff. The indictment alleges that those individuals facilitated the freak-offs. They booked the hotel rooms and stocked them with the supplies, including drugs, baby oil, personal lubricant, extra linens, and lighting. When the hotel rooms got damaged, they helped clean it up. They arranged for victims and commercial sex workers to travel for the freak-offs, and they delivered large quantities of cash to Combs to pay for the commercial sex workers. The indictment also alleges that they helped Combs cover up his crimes. During the March 2016 incident at the LA hotel that I mentioned earlier, a member of the hotel security staff intervened, and Combs attempted to bribe the staff member with a stack of cash to make sure that what happened was kept quiet. And as the indictment alleges, in late 2023, after public allegations were made about Combs' crimes, he and others pressured witnesses and victims to stay silent, including by making phone calls to witnesses and victims and giving them a false narrative of what they had experienced. And as alleged, Combs used others to help conceal his abuse by monitoring and preventing victims from leaving a location in order to hide their injuries, or by locating and contacting a victim who had attempted to flee. As part of this investigation, in March of this year, special agents from HSI executed search warrants at Combs' residences in Miami and Los Angeles. They also executed a warrant for Combs' electronic devices. During those searches, agents seized evidence of the crimes charged in this indictment. They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large capacity drum magazine. They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims. And they seized cases of the kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs, more than 1,000 bottles altogether. Here are some of the items that we recovered during the searches. As you can see here, this is a drum magazine, large capacity. It contains, I believe, 59 rounds. I mentioned as well that we recovered 3 AR-15s. This is a close-up shot of one of the AR-15s, and you can see right here, the serial number has been thoroughly defaced. Another picture of more ammunition and parts of 2 AR-15s right there. Now, I want to be clear about 2 things. First, this office is determined to investigate and prosecute anyone who engages in sex trafficking, no matter how powerful or wealthy or famous you may be. No one should doubt our commitment on that. A year ago, Sean Combs stood in Times Square and was handed a key to New York City. Today, he's been indicted and will face justice in the Southern District of New York. Second, we are not done. This investigation is ongoing, and I encourage anyone with information about this case to come forward and to do it quickly. Anyone with information can call 1-877-4HSI-TIP. I want to express my deep appreciation for the victims and witnesses who have used their voices and helped bring this criminal conduct to light. We would not be here without them. I also want to thank the dedicated case agents on the HSI Trafficking in Person Squad in New York. They have been with us since day one and have worked tirelessly on this investigation. They will continue to be invaluable partners to us. I also want to thank the incredible agents and analysts from SCNY who have also provided tremendous assistance on this case. I'm deeply grateful for their continued work. And finally, I want to thank the outstanding career prosecutors from SCNY who are handling this case. Meredith Foster, Emily Johnson, Chrissy Slavic, Madison Smizer, and Missy Steiner, and their supervisors, Jamie Backleiter and Jacqueline Kelly. They are members of the Civil Rights Unit in our criminal division. We created the Civil Rights Unit when I became U.S. Attorney. I'm deeply proud of their work on this and so many other cases. I'll now take some questions.
So I'm not going to let the questions be asked because he wouldn't answer the questions because it's an open case. So he couldn't really answer any of his questions. But they basically, they did mention it, and I guess I didn't put it in there, but they mentioned football, athletes. So yeah. Now I don't know how true this stuff is, but they wouldn't answer some of the questions though.
So
yeah,
this is the problem I have with this. And again, if this brother is guilty of his actions, he needs to go to jail for a long time.
Yes.
But here's the problem I have with this.
Go ahead.
1, everyone that showed up at this party was consensual adults. Am I correct?
Not all, but yeah, some majority. I'd say majority. Yeah.
So
they had some underage, allegedly.
Allegedly, okay. I don't know the true story. We're just going off of what people say. Now they say they got. When you take drugs, unless somebody holds you down and inject those drugs into you, majority of those folks up there are taking these drugs on their own accord. He's giving it out, which is a crime itself. But these people are ingesting these drugs on their own accord.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whoever that was, I missed his name. He said that they pay for them to come out to.
That's the prosecutors.
Right. So did I hear clearly that him and other folks paid these folks to come out to this party?
Some of it, what he said is, I don't know if they said that part, but I know that he did say that, remember when he had, B. Cassie in the hallway? He said that the guy that works at the hotel, the one that's seen or saw or whatever, however they saw it, allegedly, ended up getting paid to keep their mouth on a hush hush.
Okay, so that part right there, the criminal part of him putting his hands on that woman is a crime itself. I don't even want to talk about that because that's a crime itself. I'm talking about all these other folks who are coming out to this party willingly and do what they did.
Yeah.
Willingly.
You knew.
I don't know about it being willingly though.
You knew. You knew. You may have to play the part you just played with that. I tell you, was he a detective? What is he? Is he some
the guy that was talking? That's the prosecutor.
Federal prosecutor.
That's the prosecutor. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we all know when the feds come and get you, they gonna sit back and watch you for years and years and years. You know this, sniper. Before they even come your way, they're gonna sit back and watch you for years and years and get evidence. Because when they come and do this, they're gonna make damn sure they got everything, all their ducks in a row. From what that man was talking, the way he talking, was some of it may have been consensual, but it wasn't all consensual. From what he was saying, and there was some. I remember him mentioning something about intimidation.
I think when they was ready to leave, there was the problem too. Some of them wanted to leave. The commercial sex workers, some of them wanted to leave, and he wouldn't let them leave for days at a time. So that's where I think part of the problem come in. Yeah, most of it I think was consensual. You know you're going to this party. You know what you're going to do, but they could have been doing some other things that these women or men didn't want to do, such as these toys, objects, and stuff like that. They probably didn't want to do those type of things. And that's where the problem came in there with the him intimidating them and not letting them leave and stuff like that. Or, the woman done performed, been there and messed with maybe 10 men, and you want her to mess with 10 more. The body tired, she's physically worn out. That's the problem comes in. Yeah, now she can feel. Now she can feel things. So that's where the problem comes, I think.
This is him at a talk show. I'm gonna let y'all listen to that after Sniper. You go ahead and say what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
Well, no. Basically, look. If you kept there by a gunpoint, and that's a whole that's that kidnapping, that trafficking right there.
Yeah.
I understand what people are saying, and I understand especially about they says they don't just do the they do A through Z before they come and get your butt. I understand that. But like I said last night, certain people put themselves in certain situations, and I'm trying to figure out what do you have to gain from going to a party, and yes, it could be a situation where you didn't want to do certain things. You was only there to do this thing, but you asked and told and made to do other things. I understand that. That's a totally different subject. But what did these folks that went to this party, knowing what this party was about?
Maybe they didn't know. Maybe they didn't know.
Exactly. They're just like man. If I throw a big party, okay, and I invite everybody up here to the party, okay. You there for the first 3 hours, everything going fine, food good, music good, you vibing with the crowd and everything. Then all of a sudden in that 4th hour, I just start, announcing freak offs, and you start seeing a whole bunch of weird shit going on with some of my other guests. And then
that's why they would leave at a certain time. That's why those other stars, like Lecrae and all of them, the gospel singers, that's why they would leave at a certain time. That was the big thing. Some of them knew what was going on, so they would leave. Some of them would leave, and a lot of these people over there, they didn't know those people. Like they had stars, they had the stars, and then they had the sex work. So when, say 10 or 11 o'clock, you see the people that don't want no parts of this, they get up and they leave. But these are adults. They can't tell an adult, you got to come on and leave with me or get out of here. But they're not going to do that. Very few were warned to go ahead on. Lecrae said, somebody told him, you don't want to be here at a certain time, brother. You might want to leave.
Exactly, what is that old saying?
Right.
That old saying, nothing good happens after 12.
Right.
So
nothing open but laid. Nothing open after 12 but laid.
And Waffle Houses. But listen.
You're in the right about Waffle House.
Hey, come on, Armando. You already know about the Waffle House being open.
Yeah, and that ain't good. That ain't good for y'all.
It's fighting up in there.
I'm just trying to. First of all, I'm just trying to wrap my head around if you see folks leaving at a certain time. And you know what these celebrities do. You know what some of these celebrities, they party until the next day, if not the next night.
You forgetting two factors, though, Sniper. Hold on, you forgetting two factors, bro.
All right, go ahead.
Some of these people are like new to all of this. All right, undiscovered talent. They were being sold a bunch of pipe dreams. Hey, you come to this party, meet, mingle with some of these stars. You can get in. You can get your foot in the door in the industry. You see what I'm saying? They wasn't as knowledgeable about what was going on at these parties as some of the regular stars that Kat was just talking about. Another thing too.
Now I don't know how true it is, but they say I heard that, I don't know how true this is, but they say the sons may have been the ones bringing in the girl, the underage girl.
I heard that as well. Yeah, so allegedly, but I heard that as well.
Yeah, because he's on the list that I got from the 17th. His name is all in it. And then another thing too, you got to factor in too, Sniper. They were drugging these folks. That same thing. Remember that Nexium, when the Nexium people, what they did to them girls? They had them coming out. They had them coming out to this retreat, and they were thinking it was about bettering themselves or business. Starting businesses and stuff. They was going to help them out with their businesses and stuff. And then next thing you know, it turned into like a freak off. And they started putting stuff in them girls' drinks and their foods and stuff.
Now I'm gonna show you this video, and you're gonna see what out of his own mouth what comes out. Hold on 1 second. Let me let you listen to this. It's only 5 minutes and 58 seconds.
Holla. What's up, New York? How y'all doing?
P.Diddy, all you've done is wake up the people that fell asleep in front of the set.
Yes. Wake up.
Put your asses woke up right now. How are you?
I'm doing great.
What do I call you? You were Puff Daddy, then you were P.Diddy.
Yeah.
What are you? Do you have a new one now? Or is just you gonna stick with P.Diddy?
Yeah, I'm using the government thing today. I'm going with Sean.
Sean, you're Sean today.
Yeah, Sean. I'm using it with my mama.
Okay.
Today. I'm feeling comfortable with you.
That's good.
So I'm gonna let you call me what my mother calls me.
Then you will call me C.
C.
Now, first of all, you can make someone famous overnight just by sampling their sound.
Yeah.
I am the human beatbox.
What?
So I can just copy that, and then you can just see what you want to do with it. Kind of thing. Maybe that slides in someplace real nice. You know what I mean? Okay. Let me ask you for some advice.
How you looking at it?
Clearly, I need some.
Okay, the rest of it ain't funny. Listen to
I'm the
it.
human beatbox. Nobody. You're legendary for the parties that you throw.
Mhm.
You throw a great party.
I'm a legend, baby, for a whole bunch of things.
Yes.
You know.
Huh?
Yeah. You got a live show. You got a live.
I have a live show now. Yeah. You're a killer party. What's the ingredient? What do you do to make just an amazing killer party? Because mine, I put out the cheese whiz. I put on the Paula Anka.
Wrong
no one
move.
comes. Wrong move.
So you're doing the wrong things.
Wrong
boy.
thing. Okay.
This is what you need to do.
Listen closely.
Beautiful women, of course.
Beautiful women.
Beautiful men for the ladies, of course.
Wouldn't it be better if there weren't beautiful men there? There were just a lot of beautiful women, and then just the guy.
No. You have to make. There's enough ladies to go around. You have to make them, the ladies, give the ladies what they need too. You know, you have to take care of your women.
Take care of the ladies. Okay.
Ladies, yeah.
Gotcha. That's
Yeah.
good.
Can't force a situation.
Right. What about?
Can't force a square peg into a round hole.
That's the story of my life. My friend.
Okay, you need
I
that.
wish you had told me that a long time ago.
Well, I'm here now, brother. It's not too late.
What about like celebrities? You have a lot of celebrities
Okay,
at your.
first you have to listen. I'm giving you the menu. Okay, let's just take things slow. Okay, it's all right. He's learning. He's learning,
and I'm slow.
Yes.
I'm very slow.
Check it out. This is my man. We go way back, but he hasn't told y'all that. We'll talk about that later.
We go way back.
Way back. But check this out.
When was that, by the way? We'll get to that later. All right.
Okay. Now we need alcohols.
Right.
Alcohols.
Right. Not just one alcohol.
Alcohols.
Right. Just different
Plurals.
blend. You need the
Blends.
ladies. You need the booze.
You need some water.
For watering plants.
No. No. I don't know if guys have noticed this. Like a lot of ladies drink water at parties. They
Right.
just, so if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Right.
Gotta keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Yeah, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but
Yeah.
rock with me. But just
Right.
check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Yeah.
Heat. You mean that physically the place has to be hot?
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning.
No.
Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
That just sounds disgusting. What are you doing?
Depends on the way you look at it.
Depends. Oh, people start getting it gets kind of sexy. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you sexy. New word for you.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't saying. No, it was a new
Sean,
party.
you're in my house now, you see.
Please,
You stumbled into my house.
Please.
It's okay. It's going to be fine.
Okay, cool. Please let me finish.
Okay. Please.
You need some good music, and you need me, of course.
Yes, you spice up the party. Has a celebrity ever tried to crash your party?
All the time.
Okay, that part is not nothing. That's somebody who actually try to go in without being invited. Anyway, so what did you just hear right now? Did y'all not hear some crazy stuff just now?
The locks on the door.
The locks on the door. No
like
air
I said.
conditioner. No air
Exactly.
conditioning. So that way the alcohol could really knock their behinds off their butts.
Like I said, the feds ain't gonna get involved unless they know something that the rest of us don't know.
Mm-hmm.
The minute he said locks on the door, you got head. I mean, you can read between the lines, bro.
Yep.
Well, you them locks on the door, they on there for a reason. So if people were willing to just come there, and if it was so consensual, and they willing to come, they able to come and go as they please. Why you need locks on the door? It's to keep people there.
Well, a lot of people
That's
did
trying to
leave.
leave.
Yeah,
Huh?
you talk about the after. You talk about the after party.
The after party, bro.
Yeah.
Out of his own mouth now. Don't forget.
But
His
the
own
freak
lips.
offs will last. The freak offs will last 2 and 3 days at a time. So after the initial first set of people leave, then you're gonna have the stars, the celebrities that gonna engage in probably banging another celebrity or something like that. You're gonna have them, then they probably left. Then you're gonna have the commercial sex workers. These are the ones off the streets and stuff that's still there. That's the ones they're not letting leave. That's how.
Strippers,
That's my
local
opinion.
strippers.
That's that's who I'm thinking that they wasn't letting leave. The local commercial sex workers, not the stars. The stars, he just filmed them in those acts with people. He just filmed them, because some of them probably was married. But I don't want this to get back to my wife, or I don't want my wife to find out this. So those people, that's the ones he was filming and blackmailing. That's why they had the lighting. Come on now, y'all making movies or something? Because that's what it sounds like. Like they was making movies because they had a clean-up crew. They had a crew to come change the sheets and clean up. They had a lighting crew. They had the lighting crew. They probably had security. They all need to go to jail. All of them.
And Lakin, I think the reason why he did so much filming is to have leverage on some of those other powerful people that would come there. Because think about it now. Think about it. P. Diddy, after Biggie was assassinated, before Biggie was assassinated, P. Diddy, we only knew him as like the CEO of Bad Boy. He wasn't a major player in the industry. It seemed like after Biggie died, maybe like around the time, like around the early 2000s, he just became powerful. He just blew up out of nowhere. Like it was like they were just pushing him. All of a sudden, out of the blue.
Yeah. And he wanted to be in all their videos. When they would make he had to be in the video. And he treated, if y'all ever watched any of those shows that the reality shows here, he treats people like dirt. He was treating those people like dirt.
But you know what, Lakin? A lot of us thought it was scripted because we looked at Flavor of Love and some of those other reality shows that was going. I Love New York, and we knew some of those were scripted. So we just lumped all of them together. Like, oh man, if that's scripted, if that Flavor of Love crap is scripted, then maybe in Tila Tequila and all that scripted, then maybe the Making the Band stuff is scripted as well. They all had the same producer. So we thinking, dang, all that stuff. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, man, ain't no way in hell, ain't no fools finna walk all the way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
all the way from Manhattan to Brooklyn for no dang cheesecake. Come on,
right. From what I've seen of him, from what I've seen, what they put on screen about him, I believed it. I believe he really was that type of individual. I don't know, it was just something about him that was different from Flavor. It was different from Tila Tequila. It was different from the Rock of Love and all of them. It was just different. It looked like it was real. And now we found out that he really was treating those people horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Aubrey tried to warn us. Remember, Aubrey tried to warn
He
us.
did Aubrey bad.
And
He did.
remember, at the time, we talking about the early 2000s, P. Diddy had blew up. He had Sean John. I mean, he was an icon in our community. And here this is, this little white chick that was, trying to break off into the industry. We were just thinking, well, maybe she just trying to tear this another black man down. That's what we were thinking. But she tried to warn us years ago of what was going on behind the scenes. And come to find out, she wasn't lying. After all these years, she was telling the truth.
You know who really tried to warn us?
Pop?
Mace.
Yeah, Mace. Yeah, Mace.
Oh, yeah.
Mace got paid off though, bro. He paid Mace the closing mouth. So I'm not even gonna Mace sold out. If you sell out for money, you know what I'm saying? I lost respect for him when he sold out, because when he was dropping the info, then all of a sudden he just stopped talking. I said, oh, okay, this Negro done got paid off. He got paid off. Because I remember he was starting as a new ministry back then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So look at this is about listen what they have on here. Cougars in the classroom, the alarming rate of teachers charged with raping young boys in America. In the last year, they have how many cases? They just said it. In the last 12 months has been 25 female teachers that have been arrested in 16 states only.
And another thing too, let me add to that. When they do lock them up, you notice you don't really hear about it anymore. You don't hear about it. They don't talk about it. Here's why, Laker. Because they give them a little slap on the wrist.
On the hand. Mm-hmm.
They give them a little slap on the wrist, bro. The probation, a year probation. If they do go to prison, they'll probably be out in a couple of months.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's why I say that ain't gonna stop. With the Cougars going targeting them young boys, that ain't gonna stop.
No,
that is not gonna stop, because they feel like, because the way our society is, they give the women a pass, because they'll say, well, she didn't rape him because it was consensual, or dang, especially if the female looks nice. Oh well, he probably liked it. Or, well, hats off to him. He smashed the older woman. That's what the men, the OGs in our community would say.
Right.
OGs would be like, oh, you smashing Miss such and such. Boy, come over here and sit down with me and have a beer with me.
Congratulations.
Oh, come on over here, man. Some of the OGs will give the little boy money to get up. Hey, this is what you do. Don't go up in there. Don't go up in there, because she got some men that come there. Hey, let me give you. Take that $50. Next time, you just take her to get a hotel.
So look at this one. Look at this one. Says married New Jersey teacher Jessica Shazwick. I guess that's how you say it, 37 years old, was arrested after cops found her half naked in the back seat of a teen's car in the Wildlife Center, at the Wildlife Center.
Oh, she like it. Wow.
She is in the bold. This one is Aaron, 45 years old, substitute teacher from Omaha, Nebraska, and mom of three, was caught. Mom of three, naked in a car with a teenage student earlier this month, allegedly confessed to having sex with a 17-year-old student. Look how old she is.
I wish you would just say
45.
the word. You just say the word.
Yeah,
Anyway.
you can say sex, on YouTube.
Okay, well,
I
sex.
mean, my
All
God.
right, so
Yeah.
wait a minute, listen to this. Former Buckeye High School teacher accused of sex crimes involving students. That's another one. Look at how many of them are popping up. Here's that Alpha right there. There go Haley.
It's been, but like he said, it's been going on forever, and
Yeah.
and now that we have social media, and now we have the news that can, it's going to be reported a lot more now than it did back in the day. But the question I was trying to ask before I was rudely
interrupted.
Not interrupted, but it was just a question.
Go ahead.
So we were saying that it's a maturity thing when it comes to 17 and 18-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
Right? A boy is not mature until he's well into his 20s. Even though, like you said, ooh, that's a ugly chick.
No, I'm saying it's a double standard because let me ask you, let me just answer it like this. Would you want a 33-year-old man messing around with your 17-year-old daughter? How would you feel about that?
I don't want a 17-year-old messing with my daughter. And I think, trust me, I hear what you're saying. But what I'm saying is that what I was asking was, how can we consider that molestation if they're 18 and 19? You should know what you're doing. You know right from wrong. How do we consider that molestation when it's a 17, 18-year-old? That's what let me
rephrase what I said. When I was telling the story okay, it wasn't just about an 18-year-old. It was multiple incidents, and a lot of them were under the age of 18. Mm-hmm. But they were smashing women in the neighborhood, women that had their own house that was like 30 something. They had recently been divorced or whatever, and they would be smashing guys in high school. Hell, one female, she was smashing her daughter's boyfriend. It got out, everybody knew about it, and nothing was done about it. And that lady was like, she was in her late 30s, and the dude and the dude was like 16 or 17 years old. I'm just saying, if that was a man smashing a 16 and 17-year-old girl, the law would be on him.
Is the charge carnal knowledge of a juvenile?
I think so.
I think that's the charge they give them, carnal knowledge of a juvenile. Mm. They don't charge them with molestation, they charge them with carnal knowledge.
Yeah, so basically they're underage.
It's the verbiage that you use that make me want to debate with you. And that's what I was trying to get at.
In my opinion, I stand by that. If you are, if you were 16, 17 years old, and you had sex with a woman in her 30s, you may think that's in your mind. You may think that's a badge of honor. You may think you a player, but no, sir, you was molested. I don't give a damn if it was consensual. She knew better. She knew better. You were a child. You were a child.
Yeah.
Even though you consented, and it was, it felt good, and whatever, and you walk around thinking you a man or whatever. No, technically, you got molested.
So the wording is what I'm using. I'm reading what they're saying in the articles. It's not like I'm coming up with my own words.
I'm not talking about you knew.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I'm not talking about. No, I'm just listening. Hey, So basically, what I'm doing is I'm gasping information on what most people think molestation is and what is rape.
I know the difference.
Because
I never said anybody great to anybody.
No. I know you didn't say it. I'm just saying because I know grape is forcefully put yourself upon somebody and committing a sexual act forcefully. Molestation. So, do y'all believe that there's an age limit when it's even if it's consensual or not? Because again, I set 18. You 18. I don't think that me personally. But here's the twist to it. 18 and out of school. You can do what the hell you want. 18
Okay,
still
so
in school, you're still considered as.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, by law 18, but we weren't just talking about me and Craig, me and Lakin, we were just not talking about 18-year-olds. She also mentioned 14, 15, 16, and so did I.
Okay.
You're taking one piece of my statement and trying to turn it into a debate.
I am not.
I mean, it's a waste of time. Because I'm not going to debate you on an 18-year-old consenting with anyone.
Look, these teachers are abusing. Look, these teachers are getting with youngsters. Okay, that's why they're calling it sexual assault. Okay, just say what it is. Heather Hare, a teacher, Bryant High School, was charged with sexual assault in the first degree after recent allegations of sexual misconduct surfaced with a student. So this is what they're putting it as far as like molestation. To me, is more of the younger kids, and to me, it's more of like they're touching them, and then it goes into a higher level of touching, if you know what I mean. Like,
okay, let me explain myself, because I really, really get sick and tired if when I ask a question and nobody looks at the broader picture of it, you want to defend yourself so doggone quick. I know from, and this is for me, if you're still in school, I understand that. I understand that is what it is. You need to go spend some time behind bars. And I understand what you're saying about females between the older males and the older females and da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm just asking particular questions to get a better understanding of your belief. So I didn't take a small piece of nothing. I'm just going off of what you're saying and asking you questions to get a better understanding of what you believe in your opinion.
And that's what I did.
No, you did not. You
didn't listen. You didn't listen to exactly what I said either. Because if you did listen, you would have heard the part where I said, even though he was 18, in my opinion, that don't make it right. So you took that part of it and trying to turn it into a consensual debate.
Did you hear my question before? Before in school, or if he's out of school and he's 18, and you said, well, you're not mature until you're in your well 20s, in your opinion. That's what I'm trying to get you to elaborate on what you just said.
Yeah, just like I said, I stand by that. When you are 18, you are not mentally developed as a grown man. You're not thinking on the level of a grown man at the age of 18. You're not. That's why you got a lot of this, when we have our debates about the NIL, you have its issues with it because lump sums of money are being put in the hands of 18-year-olds, and and that's a responsibility that only a grown man can handle. Not no 18-year-old man, so-called man, is still thinking on the level of a child. So they're not going to be responsible with that kind of money. That's why you have a problem with the NIL deal. And a lot of us do too. I have a problem with it. That kind of money being put in the hands of an 18-year-old, in my opinion, boy. Because I feel like you're still a boy. I don't give the United States says you're a grown man because they want people in the military and they want as many people voting as possible. But also the United States, they don't think you're mature enough to drink. They don't think you're mature enough to go into a club on your own. They don't think you're mature enough to go to a liquor store and buy alcohol. You have to be 21. So if we want to talk about 18, the United States really don't, you don't have all the privileges of an adult at the age of 18. Except being able to vote and go into the military.
When you go to the military, you do a lot of things grown adults don't do. But you become grow up real quick.
Well, you can grow up real quick in the hood. You grow up in the hood in certain parts of you Southside Chicago in the Wild Hundreds. You gonna have to grow up and become a man quick in the area. If you're in a situation where your father left home and it's you and your siblings and you the oldest, you got to step up and be a man. Quick, fast, in a hurry.
Oh, okay.
Can I just say something about great?
Yes.
Some men don't know that if they being intimate with someone, it could be their partner, it could be whatever the situation may be, one night stand, whatever. If that person say stop and they keep going, with some guys that keep going, that's considered rape. Great,
yeah.
You could go to jail for that.
Look at this one. She's grooming an 11-year-old. What a disgusting effort. She's being accused of grooming and raping an 11-year-old. What a sicko.
And to your point, Lakin, according to the paperwork that I received last week, that is also in that paperwork. A lot of the women, they went to the party willingly. They weren't forced there. They went there. Mm-hmm. They went there on their own free will. But things started happening.
Right.
And some of them were trying to leave, and they weren't allowed to leave.
Right.
We went to this party. Go ahead.
We went to this party years back. It was me, me, and a couple of my friends, and we was with some guys. It was like after hours, after the club or whatever, and one of my homegirls, she was dating one of the guys or whatever, so we was going back to a guy's house. So it's like a little party, right? And drinking was involved. Now, when it got time, like maybe around 3 o'clock, a couple of us was ready to go. We ready to go. I noticed they started like, drink. Drink. You want another shot? You want another shot? And you're like, no, you don't want another shot. one of our friends was like, "Well, I'm not ready to go," and the guys was trying to, the men was trying to convince us to let her stay. Now we grown. We was in our 30s, right? We grown, but as her friend, I don't care if she was an adult or not. I'm not letting you stay with a house full of men and you've been drinking. And I'm like, no, she not staying. Because one of the friends was like, she want to stay, let her stay. I say, I'm not letting her stay. She's not staying. And I made her leave. When she sobered up, the next day she called me. I'm glad you made me leave. So that could be going on at some of those parties too. Well, one of these females might be messed up, and these other ones, well, I'm ready to go. And leave one of them. You can't do. They gotta make them come. You have to make them come, and it's a bad situation because we placed ourselves in that situation. We went to this party where there's alcohol, even though what they're doing is not right, but we have to take some kind of accountability as well. You see these people, because they're going to keep forcing drinks. They're going to keep bringing you drinks. You okay? You want an appetizer? You want a couple of wings? They're going to make sure you're good because they want you to stay. They may not want your other friends to stay, so they're not going to really offer her nothing because they don't want her to stay. They're going to be kind and gentle to certain ones that they want to do what they want to do to that person. But I was like, no, she coming. We all came together. We all leaving together. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. And look, one even got up and made it to that door to try to keep us from leaving.
So the video from leaving. So this video right here is 27 seconds long. I want to show it. They just sent it from Daily Mail. Basically, this is P.Diddy. He's over here. They're doing a little white party. And then he's telling everybody certain people got to go because it's about to get crazy. So listen to this. This is his own mouth, y'all. His own mouth.
Kids have like an hour left. So get extra comfortable, kids, because after that, y'all gotta go. It's a wrap for y'all, because this thing turns into something that when y'all get older, y'all don't want to come to. Okay? So, let's just start to get our groove on a little bit. In an hour, we put the kids away. It's all good. All right, DJ, let's hit it. Let's do it. Come on.
That type of thing.
Well, that didn't sound good for me.
At all.
But hey, he forewarned you. It's about to get popping.
He told you. Look, baby, I'm out. Before he would have finished.
You got 1 hour, and it's going to turn
got
into
1 hour.
Party that
fast.
Hey, you got 4-1 now, and again, since I have to explain myself, and people think that I'm on some bullshit.
You really think he did that at every party, man? Really? You think he at every party that he threw? You think he just got on the mic and said, "Hey, in 1 hour, everything is about to go down. So if you want to leave, leave." You really think it went down like that?
Well, he was actually talking to the younger people. He was telling them like, "Hey, the young ones, y'all gonna want to leave because this is gonna become an adult thing." That's basically what he just did. He wasn't talking to like the adults that are going to be staying. He's talking to the ones that are going to be leaving before it gets popping, is what it is.
He didn't go into details either. He didn't go into. He didn't say, "Well, we're going to make you. We're going to make you have people, shoving toys up in you. We're going to
none of that.
He didn't go into details about what he was going to do.
Nope.
So I mean, come on. To a person in there, a young person.
God. Are you serious right now, bro? You
Man,
think that they
okay,
really
okay,
gonna,
man.
When we
Okay,
have
man.
a
You just want to debate every little thing, man. Go ahead, man.
No,
Go ahead.
you know what? No, Mondo.
I'll mute my
The
mic.
fact
Go
of the
ahead, man.
matter is that nobody can say nothing because you think you're always right half the time.
No,
And
you
only
think
thing I'm
you
saying
always
is-
right. You don't
only thing
listen to.
I'm-
You don't. You
All right,
you
you
get
know
up
what,
here. You take
I'm done.
one little piece of a statement that somebody says, and then you want to turn it into a freaking debate like we on some damn election debate stage.
No, you can't have
Well,
a
it's my
conversation
damn
because
opinion
you
about
think
the
that because your facts is
18-year-old.
always right, and I'm just asking fucking questions.
Well, bro, I don't say nothing on the air without doing my dang freaking research.
But you guess what? Google can
And
give
I
you
got
any type of
paperwork to
research that you
back up
want to
what I'm
get.
saying, bro.
Oh,
Shit.
okay. You're right, Armando. You're right. Everything you say is right.
All right, man. Go ahead, man. You
No,
know
I'm
everything.
done.
Go ahead.
I'm done,
I'm
bro.
mute my
I'm
mic,
done.
man. You go ahead. Talk.
I'm done.
You know every damn thing. Go ahead.
Can I say something? When we here, I'm in Louisiana. Okay, if we having a party, I'm gonna say birthday party or anything where kids at. When we say something like, "Okay, y'all, the children gotta leave," it's because I'm pretty sure they were already drinking. So if they already drinking, then what was about to happen? If they already drinking. So usually when we say something like, "Well, the kids gotta leave," it's because we about to play music with a lot of cussing in it, stuff like
Right.
that. It's not what they
Grown
doing,
up.
but if they already drinking, then what y'all about to do? When
Right.
he would have said that, they would have stopped. Matter of fact, I wouldn't have been there. I wouldn't have been there.
No. Mm-mm.
Because I'm the type of person, I bring my own bottle. I wouldn't take drink. I don't take drinks from nobody. So it wouldn't have been a part of the type of place I wanted to be anyway. So, no, we're not taking no drinks from nobody because I don't know who hands was over the drink. None of that. Who poured? I need to see everything. So I just bring my own stuff. I can't bring my own stuff, but I'm not coming. I wouldn't have been there. I wouldn't have been there. Because what you paying for? They paid for that baby oil and that lubricant. That's what they was paying for. And who they was paying to do what to who? No.
Thank you.
No. Not my type of party. Those poor children.
That's basically all I was saying. Okay. That right there, he didn't go into details about what was actually going to happen. If people was already there, if them young folks was already there, and they had already been drinking, that's what I've been stressing. Bruh, it's a known fact that it was something in the alcohol. It was something being put in the dang freaking alcohol. So if they're already impaired, and they already kind of drugged up a little bit, what makes you think that they were just gonna, he said, well, something might be getting ready to go down, I'm finna leave? No, they've been drinking and been listening to music, having fun and everything. He ain't going. If somebody said, well, hey, for those of y'all, we about to turn up. So we finna turn up. We finna do some grown folk things. So if you can't handle it, you might want to leave. I mean, who really gonna leave? You got to think on the 18, 19-year-old level. We were living on the edge around that time. I know a lot of us were.
Fun. Some of them
having fun
most
and living on the edge, and we were curious.
Right, most of them stayed, but
wasn't nobody going nowhere.
But me, but me, because if we already drinking, look, I got my bottle, I'm already drinking, and you talking about, it's about to get wild. What was about to happen? Well, let me tell you, I grew up on the club scene, right? I'm from the South, and we could go in the clubs, right? So I used to see a lot of things with the club scene. So I know what to look out for. Taking drinks is one of the things to look out for. So when he would have got on that microphone and said, it's about to get wild, I know what time it is. but everybody don't know that. Everybody don't haven't grown up like I grew up, so they don't know. Some of them won't stay, but I want to stay. They probably finna have rappers in this. Girl, no, they're not about to do that. They're not about to do that. Some people probably sleeping.
Yeah. They've always also known that he's been doing this for years. It's not like he just started doing it. So, you know what I mean?
And
He's
some
been
of the
doing
celebrities,
this.
some of the celebrities laugh when they say, "Oh, at 10 o'clock, it's time to go. It's time to go." So they know what's going on. Know what's going on.
And
They
you
didn't know
gotta
they was.
and you gotta remember. You gotta remember this is P. Diddy. And I'm glad you played that clip of Conan O'Brien when he went on the Conan show. Okay. Did you hear the reaction from the crowd?
They were
Did you
hooping and
hear the
hollering.
reaction from the crowd? At that time, this man was loved by millions of people all over the world. That's how much clout this man had. So you also got to factor that in. You also got to factor that in. I mean, you a new up and you a person, you a female that's like 17, 18, 19 years old. That's dreaming of breaking off into the industry. They don't know the pros and cons of the industry. They don't know about the other stuff that you behind the scenes stuff that you have to go through. All they thinking about is getting with the right people, getting a record deal, making money. That's all they're thinking about.
Agree.
They're not looking at the big. These young ladies, they so mesmerized. They be so starstruck that some of them will do almost anything to be in that person's presence, not thinking about the outcome. You can consent to one, but he'll come in and bring 5 or 6 more. You only consented to him, but they bringing in 5 and 6 more. You try to get up, they pushing you back down.
Yeah,
they not letting you leave.
And remember what another tool that he used. Remember that's what I'm saying. I pay attention to details. When you be playing these clips, I pay attention to details. When he said Conan, he said, okay, all right, beautiful women first. Then he said beautiful men.
Yep.
We gonna bring men. So you got the alcohol, you got a little weed there, you got the music. You know what I'm saying? Some money probably being passed around or whatever. Then you add nice looking brothers. You bringing nice looking brothers into the picture. You doing the option is to keep. When he said to keep everybody there, he talking about the women. He talking about the women to keep the women there. So you try to provide them with as much entertainment as possible. So so if you got 1,000 females, you want to have at least somewhere between 250 to 500 good-looking brothers to occupy.
And then also he also had porn stars. He also had porn stars there too.
Yeah. Yeah.
He also had porn stars there. And some of those acts they doing porn, be outrageous. So he had porn stars. It's big. It's big. Yeah. Like you said earlier, he the fall guy. He let it get out. So he gotta go. Gotta go.
And he's the fall guy for a reason. The reason why they're throwing him to the wolves right now, and I mean that literally, because you knew on his neck. The reason why, because before they let the entire operation be brought down, they will feed one of their own to the wolves. A middle guy. All P. Diddy is a middle guy. He ain't the head of the operation. This is much bigger than P. Diddy. But to cool off the media and to, to cool people off, the naysayers off, you got to give them somebody.
Gotta give them something. Right.
Mm-hmm. Got to give them something.
There's judges, lawyers, correctional officers. It's
Congressmen, senators, all on their hands, all in. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's all I was saying, Hey. When you played that clip, that Conan clip, you knew, hey, I'm telling you, I mean, if you really pay attention to the clip, you will see he laid out the blueprint, and it was very important. That's why I am so glad you played that clip. He laid the blueprint.
When I saw that, I was like, I have to make it. I have to go and edit it so that way I can play it whenever I want to play it. It doesn't have any no copyrights, nothing to it. They went ahead and cleared it as a none.
So all that talk about consensual this and consensual that, man, the man mentioned the locks for a reason. He mentioned the dang freaking locks for a reason.
Yeah.
Locks are to keep people in.
Right. Right. I agree. It ain't to keep them out. After what he just said, it ain't to keep them out. Yeah. And then the other thing, you're mentioning people that are in, who's in this, right? Well, I have a picture with him hanging out with, good old Trump.
Yeah. But there's also pictures of him and Obama. So I ain't even gonna, go there,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All these different people, yes, presidents.
Yeah,
that's
when he was doing that vote or die campaign, he was doing it on behalf of Obama. So that goes both ways, Like that's why I always say,
Yeah, I think I did see him there too.
Both, yes, I always say both. Because I see people arguing over Republicans. I'm Republican. Republicans are angels. No, the Democrats are angels. Neither one of them angels. Both of them got blood on their hands, and both of them got dirt in their hands. Both of them get in the mud.
Yep. And they did mention athletes. So there you go. You were right. I bet you there is, and there you go.
They got a list of them, and that's the thing about it. Now I don't know, because see the thing about let me tell you about sports. Okay, sports is tied up. Sports mafia got their hands in the sports. Okay, sports is a whole different sensitive situation. So you start out now, superstar athletes and stuff like that these billionaires done invested money in. Oh, that can be a problem right there.
Yeah. Definitely.
That could be a problem. So I don't know how they're going. I think what they're going to do is the same thing they do with P. Diddy. They're going to feed some names, maybe some. I think the ex-players, the players that's out of the league. I think them going to be the first ones that get exposed. I don't think they're going to touch the active players, the players that's in the league right now, that's making the money, whatever that we watching right now. But the ex-players, they on the chopping block. A lot of them, they put on them gold jackets. I'm telling you, a lot of them, they put on them gold jackets in the last 10 years. I'm telling you, look, wait for it. Just wait for it now. Because can't nobody tell me now that wasn't no darn athletes at them parties. Come on.
Oh, there is. They like to be in the middle of stuff.
They love that's right up their alley. Freak parties and stuff. That's right up their alley. Because athletes do what? They stay in the strip clubs. They love to stay in the strip club.
They do. You're right about that. This is a video from Newsbreak. It's gonna have music, so I'm gonna just let you look at it. It's about some stuff they found out about P. Diddy. So it's shocking details. Sean Diddy Combs watched every action from behind cameras. So they're basically saying he everything was recorded. Right, A-list. Yep. I bet they found some footages over there, you know, when they went and went to his properties. What do you think?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, when the feds come in on you and they start raiding your properties and stuff, they got something. See, they ain't like the local police or the sheriff's department or whatever. They, you know, come to your house, knock on the door or whatever with a warrant, and then don't really have any proof or anything like nothing solid. They just, you know, throwing something against the wall and hoping it stick. That's the local authorities. They do that. The feds, when they come, you better believe they got something. They got you dead to right.
Right.
That's all I was saying earlier. You know, plus I'm also going out without giving out a whole lot of information on the paperwork that was sent to me last week. But I'm gonna start doing a couple of big reveals on this P. Diddy thing, and people will understand why I'm wording things a certain way up here on the panel.
Right.
You know. I'm just trying to you know, trying to get confirmed what I can release and what can't be released.
Right. I understand that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Renegade. When they come like that, brother, they got something. They got something. That's just like when they do those big when they was doing those big drug raids back in the 70s with the
right
with the heroin cartel.
Mm-hmm.
When they come in on you like that, they got the evidence. Like when they came
Right.
in on Meech, them in the BMF, they came in like that because they had evidence. They had wiretapping. They had photos. They had video evidence. They had their evidence.
Mm-hmm.
They had everything they needed.
Mm-hmm. They just said A-list actors, A-list actors. They just showed some, so they definitely doing stuff over there.
Yeah, some of them actors and actresses, like I said, they ain't gonna drop the dime on the mega stars of today. They're gonna expose the ones that were popular back in the 90s or back in the early 2000s that ain't really popping right now. Those are going to be the first ones to get thrown to the wolves. Like these athletes and those names that's getting ready to come out, athletes that retired like 10, 15 years ago. They you know, done got in the league, made their money, and got out the league. Those are going to be the ones that they name drop. The ones that's, you know, that's making money now and that's important to the league now, oh, they ain't going to touch them. Tell you that right now. Same thing. And that goes for all the sports. Basketball, football, baseball, soccer, hockey, tennis. It don't matter.
There it is. There's the picture, y'all. Trump, his wife, and Diddy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They don't believe fat meat grease.
Look at my buddy. Look at my buddy. I'm smiling. Big smile.
They don't believe fat meat greasy, you know. I got a couple of these pictures. I got a lot of stuff on deck that I'm gonna release. I'm probably gonna do it in the month of October though. Sometime in the month of October. There's a reason why I'm gonna do it in the month of October. It's gonna probably be around the month of October though.
Let's see what this is. Hold on. Nope, that's not what it is. Oh, that's nothing. I thought it was going to be like a video, but it's not. It's just that picture that they showed. That was it.
Mm-hmm. And I see a couple of these content creators posting pictures of P.Diddy and a lot of Democrats, pictures with P.Diddy that he took with Democrats, and pictures that he took with the New York governor, and pictures that he took with Obama. Yeah, but he took quite a few pictures with Trump.
Yep.
And Melania. And Ivanka. Right. Oh, yeah.
Yep. I just showed one of them. So, it is what it is.
Oh, you hung out with all of Hillary, all of them were there. Shit, all of them were there. Mm-hmm. Because you got to remember, at one time, people forget this. They don't want to talk about this on the other side. But when Hillary was running against Obama in 2008, Trump was one of her biggest supporters and one of her biggest donors. Yeah. Went to all her rallies and everything. All her fundraisings, he was there in 2008.
You know all of these people in this bed with them? Hold on. I know J-Lo's in. I see J-Lo in here. P. Diddy. I see Aaliyah.
Where you see J-Lo at? Where you see J-Lo at?
Right here. There's J-Lo.
Okay, that's J-Lo. All right.
So J-Lo, P. Diddy. Hold on.
Take the cursor to the girl in the middle.
That's Aaliyah. That's Aaliyah.
You know, is it saying that it's her? And
that is Aaliyah. That is Aaliyah.
I'm gonna tell you who that kind of look like to me. Hold
on.
Yeah, I see Aaliyah name. I see Aaliyah.
Yeah, that's Aaliyah.
I see Aaliyah name. Yeah, Aaliyah. Aaliyah had gained a little weight around that time.
This is before she passed, before she died. And
right,
then this is what's his name? Not Pete. What is his doggone name? Murder. Not C Murder. What's the other one? Oh my goodness, what is his name? I don't know who they are though. I don't know who they are. I'm trying to see if I can find their names. Oh, that's Andre. Yeah, Andre
Harrell. Yeah, he passed away. He passed away a couple of years ago. Andre Harrell. All right, take it back up. Remember, Andre Harrell hired P. Diddy at Uptown Records. Remember, P. Diddy started off doing intern for Andre at Uptown Records. All right, now I'm trying to think. I'm trying to see who the white chick is.
That's I don't know who she is. It says Nate Adcock. So it's NATANEADCOCK.
Natalia
and then
Adcock.
Damien Dash. This is Damien Dash, and this is Nate Nancock. Yeah.
Are you kidding? Oh my God! And Damien and Aaliyah was engaged. They were engaged around this time. So you mean to tell me, bruh, You letting your darn fiance, you letting your fiance attend freak off party. You took your fiance, the woman that you plan to marry, and you plan to spend. You claim to love this woman, so he did all that crying after her plane crash. But you had this girl up in freak off parties, getting
I guess that's
smashed
where they're
by
at.
P. Diddy and Andre them.
That's
Man,
that's who's in there. I don't know if that's what's going on,
wow.
but that's definitely a
Man,
white,
look,
what they call the
let me
white
tell you.
party, that white party
Hold
thing
up.
I told you
Let me
guys
tell you
about.
something.
Oop.
Hold up.
Mm.
Put the picture back on the screen so we can see it real good.
That's a
They on
bed.
a bed. That's a bed with a bunch of pillows. A big bed with a bunch of pillows.
Yep.
Oh, that was right before everything was getting ready to go down. You better believe that. And J-Lo got her hair in a ponytail. Oh, yeah, it finna get ready to go down.
You so silly.
J-
I'm trying to see if
J-Lo
they got a date
already,
on here.
J-Lo head probably already up on them covers before they snapped the darn picture. So,
I'm trying to see if they have a date. I don't see a date. Let's see.
had to been in 2001.
This is 1999, 2001.
99.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
1999, 2001. Yep.
1999, 2001. Yep.
Yep.
Wow. Wow.
I told you, I'm getting all these pictures. People, what you call it, is sending it to me.
One thing we know about that picture, you just put up, that was consensual.
Mm-hmm.
Now that, people, ladies and gentlemen, was consensual. That was consensual. Yeah. Because you had a picture full of freaks. All of them were freaks, Hey, God rest her soul, but we know, hey, we heard some stories about Aaliyah now. Aaliyah was a little promiscuous.
I got, it says, this one says resurfaced video of Diddy hanging out with a 15-year-old Justin Bieber, leaving everyone feeling the same way. Hold on, let me see if they have a video on this one. I don't know if it's a video or not. Because I do have the video, I just gotta find it. I got too many. Hold on, is this one? Yeah, these are videos, y'all. Hold on, let me put the whatchamacallit up. I don't want YouTube saying nothing to me. All right. It's got 4 little videos. Let's see what's on there. Come on, don't start streaming. It's going in circles. This another one. Hold on.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when.
Oh, come on. Hold on.
And you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like where we hanging out and what we doing.
Give me a second. I'm trying to get it where you guys could hear it because it keeps like playing and it won't stop playing. Oh my God, it's information that they're trying to keep me from showing y'all. Hold on. That's crazy. It kept playing, but it wouldn't let me like turn it off. So by the time I got it to you guys, it was already played out. All right, now let's see if I can do this quick enough. Okay. All right, let me move that. Okay, here we go. Ready?
You know, where we hanging out and what we doing. And you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher. I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So
what the heck?
We're gonna go full crazy.
Going crazy.
Now, do you see what I'm saying?
That's grooming 101 right there. Hold on, you're gonna get caught.
Hold on.
Chill out with that now.
Welcome to the family, John.
That's crazy. That's got a lot of video, like 4 videos in one that shows enough information to blow him up. Wow.
Well, on that note, I'm gonna drop down, go get me a bite to eat. On that note, hey. Listen, it like I said, the feds don't come in unless they got concrete proof, evidence of everything they done laid out. You know,
right?
And those clips that you played, you got to pay attention to what the prosecutor said. If you pay attention to what the prosecutor said, if you actually paid attention to that clip and you listen to it carefully, you would know that. You know, it may have been some things may have been consensual at that party, but everything wasn't consensual at that party. A lot of people were being kept there, held there against their will. All right. So if you put 2 and 2 together and you listen to what he told Conan, you will also come to the conclusion that people were being kept against their will. I mean, locks on the door. It's not to keep people out, it's to keep people in. It's to keep people in. That's what cults do. That's what pimps do. That's the thing. That's how they get down. You know, those parties they get, and they made several movies about this. You know, movies, you know, basically, you know, showing you how these parties are designed. They lure people there thinking that they're gonna have fun, that they're gonna meet people and network with some very important people. That's the lure. Convincing these girls off the street, hey, you know, you want to come to the party and chill with P.Diddy, come to the P.Diddy party, the freak off party. You know, it's gonna be some people there to network, some very important people in the industry. You might want to be there. So they come, take a chain, you know, put on something nice, go there, and then they get there they already nervous, so they're gonna have a drink. They're gonna have a drink to calm their nerves down. And we already know they were dropping stuff in folks' drinks. So by that time, you know, that little announcement thing that he did, by that time, man, them folks was already impaired. They, you know, and then he didn't even go into details about what was getting ready to go down.
No, he didn't.
This is P. Diddy. This is an icon, a music mogul. So you know, them girls ain't never been exposed to anything like that, so they thinking, well, it's all good. This is P. Diddy, world known P. Diddy, man. We grew up watching with Bad Boys and watching them on Making the Band. You gotta understand this.
Yeah.
If we talking about the early 2000s, a lot of the people that was at that party grew up watching this man, grew up listening to his music, the artists that he put out. So they wasn't finna just get up, oh, he said that, I'm finna leave. No. In a perfect world, you would think it would be like that, but this ain't no perfect world.
Right.
And there was more scenarios to that. Salute to you, Russell Red. Salute to you, bro.
Hey, Russell Red, how are you?
My little sis.
Yes, thank you. Wow.
Now, Russell, don't disappear after the 19th of October now. Don't disappear on me. Don't disappear, because you already know what's gonna come. You already know what's coming, bro.
I don't know if you heard my song that Don GQ did for me. Listen to it. Here, you guys, everybody that's in the chat, I hope you guys like the song that he made for me.
You knew, don't act brand new. You saw the vision, you felt it.
Let me start it over. Hold on.
Played stupid, now you see it's true. I'm the chosen one, I always flew. You knew, don't act brand new. You felt the power, but you stayed mute. Now it's too late, I made my move. I'm the chosen one, you knew the truth. You knew it from the start, don't play dumb. Acting like you didn't see where I'm from. But every move I made, I was meant to shine. You can try to act blind, but you saw the signs. I rose from the dirt, stayed on my grind. Now they looking at me like, damn, she divine. You knew I was the one, don't pretend. Play stupid, but you felt it in the end. I see the way you looking now, switching sides. But you can't erase the truth, don't even try. You knew I had it, you knew I'd fly. Now you gotta watch me as I touch the sky. You knew, don't act brand new. You saw the vision, you felt it too. Played stupid, now you see it's true. I'm the chosen one, I always flew. You knew, don't act brand new. You felt the power, but you stayed mute. Now it's too late, I made my move. I'm the chosen one, you knew the truth. Every word I spoke, it hit deep. They acted like they didn't see the queen beneath. But I stayed focused, never let it slide. I kept pushing while they tried to hide. Now they trying to get close, wanna claim me. But where was the love when they couldn't see? I was destined to rise, you always knew. But you kept it low, now look at my view. I see the way you looking now, switching sides. But you can't erase the truth, don't even try. You knew I had it, you knew I'd fly. Now you gotta watch me as I touch the sky. You knew, don't act brand new. You saw the vision, you felt it too. Played stupid, now you see it's true. I'm the chosen one, I always flew. You knew, don't act brand new. You felt the power, but you stayed mute. Now it's too late, I made my move. I'm the chosen one, you knew the truth. They wanna act like it's all a surprise, but you saw the fire burning in my eyes. Don't act shocked, don't fake the vibe. You knew I was coming for my prize. Now I'm standing at the top looking down. You can't deny it, I wear the crown. All the fake love, it's come around. But you knew I'd take over this town. You knew, don't act brand new. You saw the vision.